Today we're going to be doing something special. Now, a lot of people have problems with Morrowind's combat, like they either just straight up don't like it or they like legitimately struggle with it. So in this video, I intend to get to the bottom of just how bad Morrowind's combat system really is. So basically what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be trying to see what the worst case scenario will be in terms of combat in Morrowind. So what we're going to do is we are going to try to get as low of a short blade skill as we can. We're going to grab the dagger off the table and we're going to see just how bad we actually do in combat when we have everything working against us, basically. All right, so here's the first step. We're going to try to make sure we don't get any short blade bonus here. Perfect. Okay, we'll do Imperial. That's nice. That'll work. All right, so now we just have to make sure that we don't have short blade here. I don't even really care what any of these skills are. As long as none of them are short blade, we're pretty much fine. Now, normally I would choose the warrior because Fortify Attack actually increases your accuracy. You know, for somebody who struggles with combat, that's probably what you want to choose, just so you miss a little bit less. Now, we're just going to do this steed, give us a little speed. Doesn't help us in combat at all. The whole point here is that we have literally nothing helping us in combat. Perfect. So as you can see here, my short blade skill is 5, which is the worst case scenario that you can end up with at the beginning of the game here. Alright, now this is where shit usually hits the fan for new players. Now, if we are being fair, I think the game does actually tell you to grab the dagger from the table, but it's not actually required. You know, like, it's not something that's required for you to continue with the game. The other thing, though, is that this belongs to me, so don't think I've forgotten about our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scamp's claw by morning. So literally you're stealing somebody's dagger, and you're surprised that it like doesn't go well for you. And the game, it does tell you to equip the dagger, but also, to be fair, if you are actually reading, the game does like more or less explain combat to you. It says the harder you swing it, the more damage it does, and everybody ignores that. It also says, but the more fatigue will drain. It doesn't really explain what happens when fatigue drains, but it does tell you all that shit, right? One can only really imagine that fatigue draining is a bad thing, right? Now, first things first, we're gonna try fighting a mud crab, right? Just because it's probably the easiest thing to go ahead and fight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this out with basically full fatigue first. Let's see how that goes. Try not to die doing this. Okay, so we are missing a lot. I can't even lie. There we go. There's a hit. So there's a lot of swinging in air, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I did actually get a hit in. That's pretty good too. I got another hit in. Almost there. So it took 4 hits to kill. Took about like 100 swings. I don't know how many swings. Probably took less than 100 swings actually, but took quite a few swings. Missed a bunch, but honestly wasn't even that hard, to be honest. I lost a little bit of health. Barely lost any fatigue doing that. I would say that went surprisingly fucking well, considering I had only 5 short blade. The last time I tried this in my actual playthrough that I'm doing now, I had 15 short blade, which actually made quite a big difference, if we're being completely honest here. So we're gonna try now the same thing, but with extremely low fatigue, and see just how bad it can get at the worst case scenario. Wow, we already got a hit in. Look at that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that this isn't frustrating, because like this is a lot of misses. But at the same time, it's not unrealistic because, you know, the dude has 5 short blade skill. Like, he is as bad as you could possibly be with a dagger. Like, almost nobody in all of Morrowind is as bad with a dagger as you are when you have 5 short blades. So it's like, you know, are you surprised that literally the worst person on the planet with short blades is missing every fucking swing? Like, are you surprised? Like, you are quite literally the worst person on the planet when it comes to using a short blade, like, and you're surprised that you're missing attacks? I just don't get it. Now let's see how we do up against a human opponent. This isn't going to be too crazy of a human opponent. I don't think they actually have a weapon, but it should be a little bit more challenging than a mud crab, I believe. Let's just see how it goes. I think they do a lot more damage too, and oh, that's where things go bad. Yeah, so you don't actually want to fight people who are using their fists, because they will actually fuck you up. I forgot about that. So just for the sake of this person using their fists, I'm not gonna go minimum fatigue on that one. I'm not really trying to get dropped every 10 seconds. This is where things like agility are gonna start really coming into play when you're fighting actual, you know, NPCs, because they're gonna have actual skills like you. Not that enemies won't have actual skills, but you know, NPCs are gonna have actual like skills that are trained and leveled and stuff, so they're gonna have like higher agility levels the higher levels they are, and they're gonna be dodging a lot of your attacks. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. But yeah, you will notice that I am doing a lot of swinging air. So in this context, you could say that the combat is pretty bad. But again, it's like, what do you want from the game when you literally have like the lowest possible number in a skill that you could possibly have? Like, this is the lowest possible skill level. Like, what do you want to be able to accomplish at the lowest fucking skill level? Having a skill level at 5 isn't supposed to be like something where you're like, oh, I can go out and train this and make it better. It's like, no, you can't just go out and train something that you don't know how to do. That's like if I have never snowboarded in my fucking life, if I just like went out and like started practicing doing like grinds and backflips and shit. Like, no, you gotta kind of learn how to ride a fucking snowboard before you can even like begin to like almost think about doing tricks on it. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking concept. It's like, sure, you might be able to hold the fucking dagger, but maybe you should learn to hold the dagger before you go out and try to kill stuff with it, right? It's not that big of a deal that you're ineffective with a weapon at level 5. Like, literally just get the weapon you're good at using. You know what I mean? So what do we got? We got blunt weapon for 40. That's a weird one. I didn't think it was going to be blunt weapon. And the other thing too, the game literally gives you 87 gold at the beginning of the game, which is more than enough to get to Balmora. I think it costs like maybe fucking like 5 gold to get to Balmora. So like, you know, I don't know, come down here and buy like literally anything, honestly. Like pretty much anything that he sells here is gonna be stronger than the iron dagger, except for the iron dagger itself, I suppose. But yeah, again, just get something that makes sense for what your stats are. And you're literally not gonna have any fucking problems at all. You're just not. So let's try this iron mace, 24 gold, not bad at all. So let's see what happens when you actually use something that makes sense for you to use, right? Oh my god, look at first hit, literally first hit, connected. We're missing again, we're still missing, but you know, we don't even have like half of our skills up, you know what I mean? Like we're level 40 with the blunt weapon, so it's still gonna be at least a little bit of a struggle, right? Like, but not that much actually. We did quite a bit of damage. We got a lot of hits in. Her face she's making right now is pretty hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, that's a pretty big difference between using the dagger and using like literally like this is the weakest. I mean, maybe it's not, you know, it's the weakest mace in the game. It's not the weakest blunt weapon in the game, but it's the weakest mace in the game, right? We're using a fucking iron mace and it's no problems because you know why? Our fucking skills are in blunt weapon. Like, if you're struggling with Morrowind Combat, literally just press pause. Or, like, go to your inventory screen, whatever. Like, literally just press pause. Like, you don't even have to scroll down your list of skills. Literally just look at that bitch and be like, okay, name one fucking weapon skill. Okay, blunt weapon, long blade. Either of those will do. Even fucking axe or spear will do in this situation. But like, for the love of fucking God, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna not only use the weakest weapon that exists in the entire game, which is the fucking iron dagger. Not only am I gonna use the weakest weapon in the fucking game, but I'm gonna sit here and use it even though I know my short blade skill is 5. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like people don't know that their short blade skill is 5, because hello, it's right fucking there. What do you mean you don't know? It's literally right fucking here. You do know. You're just too lazy to look. So the bottom line is like, yeah, the Morrowind combat can be frustrating. I'm not going to sit here and deny that it can be frustrating, but it's only frustrating because people aren't using their brains. Like that's really the bottom line of it, is that it's only frustrating if you like legitimately go out of your way to do the wrong thing. They don't necessarily set you up for failure. Like, yeah, they give you a dagger to like super quickly and vaguely introduce you to combat, and then they spit you out in the middle of a town where like there's nobody to kill. Like, everybody here is friendly, there's no hostiles, people are giving you quests and money left and right, there's a store here. Like, how do you fucking leave this building and then you're just like, all right, it's time to fucking kill something with my dagger, who should I kill first? Like, no, it's like, okay, I'm starting the game, what should I do? Well, what are my stats? What is my equipment? Maybe I should get more equipment. My equipment kind of sucks. Or maybe I should just do what the game told me to do. My orders are to go to the town of Balmora in Vardenfell district and report to a man named Caius Casades. To find out where he lives, I should ask around, blah blah blah. Give him a package and wait for further orders. So literally the only thing the game tells you to do is go to fucking Balmora and find Caius Casades. They don't tell you to fucking go kill anything. They don't tell you to do anything crazy. They tell you to go find Caius Casades. And if you actually listen to the game and you go to Balmora and you find Caius Casades, guess what that dude tells you to do? He tells you to get some fucking equipment, and he tells you to visit the Blades trainers to train your fucking skills, and he literally tells you that your skills are are fucking weak as shit. He's like, oh, you might want to train those weaker skills of yours and fucking, or those meager skills of yours and fucking, I don't know, get good before you go out and adventure, right? Like, he pretty much says those exact fucking words. Like, all you had to do was listen to the game, and the game would have told you what you needed to hear. You know what I mean? But yeah, bottom line, Morrowind's combat isn't bad. You're just kind of lazy, and you got frustrated, and that's all. And it's okay to be frustrated, but like, you know, eventually you gotta pick up your balls and fucking play the game fucking right. Like, stop being a little fucking bitch. Stop complaining about fucking nothing. It's your fucking fault that you're missing your hits because you decided to use like literally the worst skill that you have in your entire fucking repertoire of skills. You decided to use that skill and then combine it with the worst weapon in the entire fucking game. And you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, Morrowind's combat is fucking terrible. Like, okay, yeah, when you use a terrible weapon, yeah, you're gonna do terribly. No shit. What, you think every fucking weapon is supposed to be a Daedric fucking claymore? No. You're using a fucking iron dagger with 5 short blade. Of course the fucking Morrowind combat system fucking sucks. Use literally anything the fuck else, and it won't fucking suck. Anyways, though, that's just my quick little experiment on the combat in Morrowind and just how quote-unquote bad it really is, which again, I don't really think it's bad at all. I think it's just misunderstood for the most part. I think people are just like way too lazy and quick to act, and they get a fucking dagger in their hands, and the first thing they want to do is just fucking commit mass fucking genocide, and they get their little feelies hurt when they can't go around and commit genocide the second they start the fucking game. So yeah, just fucking chill. When you start a game, just fucking chill a little bit. Take a half a second to fucking read what's going on. Maybe, I don't know, explore the town a little bit. Like, maybe talk to the NPCs instead of trying to fucking commit genocide on them. Just a suggestion. You might fucking run into some fucking good things and some good ideas and some good strategies and some good techniques and some good items and stuff. Like, you might just have a good time if you don't go around trying to commit genocide immediately in every video game you play, right? Like, how about you just don't commit genocide in every game you play, and you might not have to fucking complain about every game you play, right? So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys found it useful. If you did, make sure to leave a like. It definitely helps me out. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you want to check out any more of this content or any of my other gaming content for that matter. And of course, as always, for as little as 99 cents a month, you can become a channel member, help support this channel monetarily, help me pay some bills around here, that sort of thing. Yeah, with that being said, it's been Plock the Master Gamer with some Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.